All right, take it away, Verna.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to talk about increasing PRV. And I got this off of another superstar. Her name was Jennifer Anderson, and she has a whole 4-part series on called, I think it's called Big Blueprint Building or something like that. But I will put the link in here if anybody else wants to watch it, because she has so much information I couldn't get it all. But she did say that to start your business with a great foundation. So that's why we are going back to the basics. And she said 4 areas, and we discussed this last week with Missy, was sales, recruiting, sponsoring, and personal growth. And tonight we're going to talk about sales. All 4 things are important, but you need to master one before you move on to the next. And so they kind of build off each other. So once you get sales down, then you can move on to recruiting. And then after you get recruiting down, then you can go on to sponsoring, because you're defeating the purpose by going backwards. So you want to start with sales and master that first, and then you can go on. And once you build that confidence, then you're able to sponsor someone or recruit. Because if you're not good at sales, you're not going to have the confidence to recruit somebody, is what she said. And always remember, we sell things that smell good, and Scentsy's supposed to be fun. And she was saying a lot of times when we first start, we look at everybody doing all the fluff stuff, and then we start comparing ourselves, and then we're like, oh, look at them. And then half the fluff stuff that we're doing isn't making us any money. We're spending money making all these good things that we either don't send out because we got too lazy and just didn't take the time to send them out, or we just don't make any money off of, like, no one comes back and orders off that stuff we send out. So you're wasting money off of PRV you're not getting because no one's buying off you. So start simple. And I mean, it's okay to do the fluff stuff once in a while, but you don't want that to be where all your attention goes. And then you stress yourself out over that. Sales is where it always begins. And that's what we get paid to do. We get paid to sell, and that we're salespeople. I mean, I know people don't like to say that, but that's how you get your check, is by selling. So we have to be good at being a salesperson. When you have high sales, that means you're talking to people, you're having more conversations, and you're building relationships. Most people are not going to buy off you if they don't know you. So you need to build those relationships. Let's see here. I'm sorry. The more people you have in your circle, the bigger your sales. I know I'm bad for this. I have just a handful of customers, and I expect those same customers to buy from me every month. It's not going to happen. And that's why my PRV is low. So I'm trying to branch my circle out. And so like this month, I'm sending out referral cards. Yes, it's money. I don't have one. It's money coming out of my pocket. But to me, it's worth it, because a lot of times we have extra wax sitting around. So if someone refers someone and they let me know that they referred them, and then that person places an order, I'm going to give them something in return. I'm going to give the person that ordered plus the person that referred them. So for me, it's going to be a wax bar. I have plenty of wax sitting around. They said you can give samples, but to me personally, this is how I feel. I'm not going to refer somebody to get a piece of a sample. But if someone's going to give me a wax bar, I'm probably going to refer somebody to get that free bar of wax. Mm-hmm. So that was the other thing. Most of our relationships happen when they either buy, host, or join. And they said, don't mix that. Don't go join, host, buy. Or you want that person to buy from you, to like the products first. And then they'll host, because most of them have a wish list that they can't afford it all. So then you get them to host it so they can get free items or half price. And then you ask them. Most people won't join if they don't know you. So do these in order, build relationships. Once they trust you, then they'll join. So you're going to have to build that relationship before people are going to buy off you. Just going on social media and saying, who wants to join my team? you're not going to get no one back from that unless they know you and you have a relationship with them. And a lot of times on our Facebook, it's people that we've either invited or they just started following us, and we don't have a relationship with most of those people. In order to sell more, there is a know, like, and trust factor. No, your customers have to know you and you have to know them. You have to be visible. There's the social media. You got to be on your social media, letting them see you, sharing about your life. I know, Steph, you said differently, but I think that's how people get to know you, is when they see the things that you do. And then
I think that that's still relevant.
yeah.
I personally think that's still relevant. So
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. And then there's the things that people help. And then it helps people get to know you by doing that, by putting yourself out there, showing your family, showing you washing dishes, showing you cleaning out your sink, and that helps people get to know your life and what you're doing. And then there's the like. People have to like you. You have to be likable. I mean, I'm not going to buy someone I don't like, so you got to be likable. People will not buy from you if they don't like you. So don't be negative on your social media. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. That's your business page. That's how you run your business. People are watching you on social media. So you want to be uplifting. You want to be positive and be likable. That way you can get people to, again, go back to getting to know you. If I go by through people's on social media and I see them being negative, or most of the time I just hurry up and scroll through them. I don't sit and look at anything that's on their page. So you want to be likable. And the last thing that she said was trust. Trust is built. This is good. Trust is built when your words meet your actions over time. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. If you say you're going to send out a sample, send it out. If you say the monthly flyers are going out in the mail this month, don't leave them laying on your desk. Send them out. If you say you sell Scentsy, you better be putting Scentsy on your page so they can see it. People will not trust you and will not buy from you if you promise things and then don't keep it. A great salesperson is a great listener. If you want to be a great salesperson, you have to train yourself to be a great listener. If you have, when you're talking to someone and they say something important, maybe like that their kid's in a certain thing, or, hey, my birthday's coming up, jot it down on a piece of paper or on your calendar and put a sticky on it. That means something to somebody. You know what I mean? If you post it first, like privately to them, hey, happy birthday, before anybody else posts it, like they'll be like, oh, they remembered that, So you want to be a good listener. Listen to people and not always be talking. Like, listen to what people are saying. Pay attention to what's going on in their life. If maybe you're scrolling through and they have a son sick or they're going through sickness, reach out, send them a little private message and say, hey, I saw where you were not feeling well. Just wanted to say, thinking about you. Like, that builds trust with people. That gets people to know you and lets them know that you care. Then you build relationships, and then over time you become likable to them, and then they start buying off of you. Great salesperson is a great student. Knowledge is power. If you don't have confidence selling Scentsy, it's probably because you don't have knowledge. So your two best things for you is the product training guide and your catalog. When someone says, hey, why should I buy a diffuser off you when I can go to Walmart? You should know the benefits of our diffuser, of why they should buy it, than why they should buy it from Walmart. And that makes you a good salesperson when you know your stuff. And a lot of times, I'm guilty for this. I don't know my stuff. So I've been making it a habit every day to read a page of this product guide and try to learn it and memorize it. So I don't feel dumb when someone asks. We're not going to know all the questions, but we should know some stuff. Another way to get your PRV is the bundles and saves. Always tell people about, if you see someone place an order for 2 waxes, won't you, hey, you can get 3 waxes and save. Don't tell them the price. You say, hey, you could save $1. people like to hear I'm saving, or why don't you go with a 6-pack? You can save, such and such amount. So your bundle saves how you increase your PRV as well. Let me see here. Lastly, sales is about sharing compelling facts to people on how something meets their needs or their perceived needs. Back to Stephanie, what you talked about. Everyone washes their dishes. Everyone does laundry. They have a need. They need soap. They need dish soap. So our job is to let them see why they need that and why our product is the best product to buy. When we do that, we reach out to people and say, hey, we have dish soap, it does, or let me say laundry detergent. It does so this much loads in that, like that's a need. Someone needs that laundry detergent stuff. We talk to them about the product. Eventually they buy from us. Our fragrances, not everyone needs wax. Not everybody needs oils, but fragrances is a mood enhancer. So you can use that as a thing like, hey, if they're depressed, such and such scent will help enhance your mood or will help you feel better. There's a suggestion to them, and you don't have to put it out there where everyone can see. You can just private message, say, hey, I kind of was looking and I saw where you posted something today. Have you ever heard of such and such scent? And this is how we increase our PRV, by knowing what we're doing. And again, sales is where it all starts. When we don't have sales, we don't meet new people, we don't get parties, we don't get people to join, and then we have low PRV, and then we whine every month at our PRV. Well, it's our own fault because we're not making sales. And that's honest. And I'm bad for that. I'm wrong for that as well. And so I'm starting at the foundation, I'm starting over, and I'm using what I'm learning, and I'm going to achieve it. I'm going to build my circle. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and make suggestions to people. And they might tell me no, but maybe out of that 20 people I talk to, I might get 3 yeses. For instance, this month I sent out the January samples, and I keep track of my sales. I have 6 people that have ordered out off me, and out of those 6 people, 4 have got January scents because they got it in the mail and they like the smell. So I made 4 sales because of January samples going out and that. And then when I send my thank you card out to them for ordering, I'm putting that referral card in there. Say, hey, if you refer someone to me and they place an order, you're getting something special from me. And then I build my circle.
Or orders probably cover the expense, you think?
Huh?
Those 4 orders probably covered your postage?
Oh, probably, yeah.
So Verna, I have a question.
Mhm.
So I like the idea of focusing on your sales, because you're right, we're salespeople and that's our foundation and that's where we start. And then once we gain that trust through our sales and our high quality product, then we're going to move into hosting a party, join my team. So in the video you watched, did they suggest how to get out of that circle?
What do you mean get out of the circle?
Out of our regular people circle. You know what I mean?
She said the referrals, and
Okay.
she's really big on the referral thing. Like she said, that is her biggest thing. And then also hosting the parties, because when you host parties, you get new contacts, and then you can reach out to those people. And then that's how you expand your circle. And that
I always struggle with that. That's why
Yeah.
I'm asking.
And if you don't want to do, and like she does like bag parties. She's really big on the bag party. She puts a little tote together. It's a see-through and it has like cleaners in it and wax and a warmer. And she's like, here, take all this product, use it for a couple weeks, let your people use it, get me orders, bring it back. So because she's not big on Facebook parties. And that, so she does lots of bag parties and basket parties. So, I mean, if you don't want to do Facebook parties, if you're not a person that likes to speak in front of people,
Mhm.
then try the bag parties, try the basket parties, and they take it. You give them some order forms, make them a shopping link. People can either place it on the shopping link or they can take their orders personally. And then once they get those orders come back in, you take those contacts of people that ordered and then you reach out to them. And then you give them, and then that's how your circle expands. But we can't keep expecting the same 25, 30, 50 people to keep ordering off of us. Like most of them, I know like for mine, I have some people that order quarterly. So they stock up for the 3 months and then I don't hear from them again. So then I'm stuck, So if I continue to have my circle growing, then I continue having PRV coming in.
Okay.
But that's all I have for you this evening.
I think
You
that's
did
awesome.
great. See, you were nervous for nothing.
So I keep knocking my stuff over. You were nervous?
No, I think that was awesome information.
Thank you.
And I like that the sales are our foundation. Like that takes me back too. Like that's where we need to really begin.
That is where we need to start with PRV. You're not without sales and PRV, you're not getting a paycheck and you're not increasing customer contacts. I mean, that's where it starts. And that's where you have to master is sales.
Yep. So, and then I'm gonna stop the recording here in a minute, just to take us off recording, but I just wanted to, Stephanie's gonna host us next week with social media sales, right? So it'll be next Tuesday at 7:30. What'd I say? The 25th. Next Tuesday's the 25th.
Mhm.
So, and I like the information that you have coming for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
excited.
do it. Hopefully I will get more information. Hopefully my girl will do another video.
All right, so